important topic called as modes of transmission of disease. This modes of transmission of disease is the second chain in the medical model of chain of transmission of disease. This why we want to study the modes of transmission of disease, because there are different ways, there are different routes, there are different modes by which disease agents can enter into the body of the susceptible host. So, by and large, the different modes or ways of transmission of disease are classified under three headings. Direct mode of transmission of the disease, like example is common cold. If the one person is suffering from the common cold, and if the other person comes in close contact with that person, the another person may get the infection of common cold because of common cold virus. Second mode of transmission is single way of transmission. Means, example is typhoid is transmitted by the fecal-oral route. Third is multiple modes of transmission. There are many ways, many routes, many modes by which disease agent can enter into the body of the host. Multiple means many. Example is HIV infection, hepatitis B infection, because if the same syringe is used for infected syringe is used for hepatitis B patient, and if the same syringe and needle is used for giving the injection to the other person, so or if the hepatitis B positive blood is transmitted to the blood to the normal person. So these are the different ways by which, so there are three ways, different ways: direct, single mode of transmission, and the multiple ways of transmission. So by and large, mode of transmission is classified under two headings: direct mode of classification and indirect mode of classification. So direct mode of classification is given by the formula D2CID, means direct contact, droplet infection, contact with the soil, inoculation into skin and mucosa, and the transplacental transmission. Now coming to one by one. So today I will finish only the direct mode of classification, transmission of the disease. Direct contact means there is no intermediate agency. Disease agent directly enters from the infected person to the other normal person. This occurs during talking, during coughing, and by CCC, continued close contact. So, if you are interested in describing this, you must describe under three headings: how the disease agent gets transmitted, now by which method it gets transmitted, and what are the diseases can be caused by this. So, direct contact, talking, kissing, coughing, this disease agent, or continued close contact, CCC, this disease agent directly enters into the body of the another normal person from the diseased person. There is no intermediate agent or no intermediate agency. So this can occur contact with the skin to skin, skin to mucosa, mucosa to mucosa, and vice versa. So these are the ways. What are the diseases transmitted by this? Diseases which are transmitted by these are conjunctivitis, leprosy, skin diseases, venereal diseases can be transmitted by this. Now next is the droplet infection. Droplet infection means these are the minute, small, microscopic droplets of nasal and oropharyngeal secretion. They occur during coughing, forceful coughing or sneezing, sink. By coughing or a sneezing, the projection of droplet of infection are thrown away in the atmosphere, which are small aerosols which contains the infectious agent, and they have got the highest pathogenic power because they are forcefully given from the nasopharyngeal secretions, because force is applied. That's why these small secretions, small droplets, small aerosols, they directly enter into the on the external surface of the skin, conjunctiva or the oral cavity and the nasal cavity. Again, the capacity of transmission of disease depends upon the diameter of these droplets. The droplets which are having the diameter of 10 micron or more than 10 micron, they are filtered by our nasal hairs. They are filtered by our nasal hairs. They cannot enter into the nasopharynx, oropharynx and the upper and the lower respiratory system. But the aerosols or the droplets of 5 micron or less than 5 micron, they are not filtered by our nasal hairs. So they directly get inhaled along with the air into the lower respiratory tract system up to the alveoli, and they directly attack on the epithelium of the alveoli and the disease starts. Can you understand? So this is the introduction and the ways of transmission of droplet infection. And what are the diseases caused by this? Diseases caused are tuberculosis. Diseases caused all the respiratory tract infections, respiratory tract system infections, like it may cause tracheitis, bronchitis, acute bronchitis, chronic bronchitis, or alveolitis. All these diseases and tuberculosis. So these are the few diseases caused by this droplet infection. Now this inoculation into skin and mucosa means some diseases directly get inoculated. Inoculated means they go and directly sits on the skin or the mucosa, oral cavity or the genitourinary mucosa or the oral mucosa or the conjunctival mucosa, and disease starts. Examples are conjunctivitis, urethritis, glossitis, so stomatitis. These are the diseases caused by the skin and mucosa and the contact with the soil. If the barefooted person is walking barefooted without wearing a sandal, boot or a chappal or a shoes, then the disease agents of tetanus, mycosis, anthracosis, they can enter from the barefoot palm and can produce the worm infestation, fungal infection and the respiratory tract infection. Last is transplacental transmission. Transplacental transmission, other name for transplacental transmission is vertical transmission. Means in this the disease agent enters from the placenta through the umbilical cord to the fetus. That's why transplacental, it crosses the placental barrier. This disease agent crosses the placental barrier. These disease agents present into the body of the mother, crosses the placenta called as placental barrier, enters into the umbilical cord through the blood circulation and infect the fetus, baby, growing fetus. These are called as, this type of infection is called as transplacental or vertical infection. Vertical infection. These are the 5 types of agents. Torch agent, short note you gave, or this may be asked in the Viva also. Torch agents are responsible for causing the transplacental or vertical transmission. What are these agents? T for Toxoplasma gondii, O for other venereal diseases, R for rubella infection. All these disease agents, infection occurs during pregnancy to the mother. So R for rubella infection, C for cytomegalovirus, and H for herpes infection. So these 5 agents, they crosses the placental barrier and produces the disease in the baby. What is seen? What types of disease are seen? Sudden abortions are seen. Many congenital abnormalities are seen in the babies, like cleft lip, cleft palate, absence of ear, absence of kidney. Even if the baby normal delivery occurs, sometimes this sort of toxoplasma causes in baby cerebral hemorrhage, death of the baby. So stillbirth can occur, or after the delivery baby can die. So mother has to be protected against these 5 agents by giving the inoculation, by giving the immunization, so that baby, mother and baby both can be protected. So this is all about the direct mode of transmission. Next class I will discuss the indirect mode.